So, relative to what's going on in the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office and Main Justice, meaning DOJ headquarters in Washington, D.C., uh, with Emile Bove, Trump's former criminal attorney, and Pam Bondi, our new Attorney General, several people have asked a very good question. They have not been able to find someone within their offices to sign and file the motion requesting dismissal of charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. There have been multiple resignations of very senior career assistant U.S. attorneys. I think we're up to 6 or 7. And Emile Bove of the DOJ writing extremely petulant letters to some of them, in which he basically admits that these charges are being dismissed against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, not because of a politically motivated prosecution, not because the facts and evidence wouldn't sustain a conviction on multiple felonies, but because Eric Adams has agreed with Donald Trump that Eric Adams, as mayor of New York, will let Donald Trump and his immigration people do whatever the hell they want to in New York City. And in exchange for that, Donald Trump ordered his Department of Justice to dismiss multiple felony indictments against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Several people have asked, well, why don't Pam Bondi or Emile Bove just sign the motion and file it themselves? Great question. Because in federal criminal court, you don't get to just dismiss charges against somebody in this kind of a case. You have to sign that motion, file it, and then you have to appear in court before a federal judge and convince a federal judge that dismissing this multiple felony indictment against New York City Eric Adams is above board, that the facts and evidence justify it, the interests of justice justify this dismissal. And essentially, in order to do that, whatever attorney appears in front of that judge on behalf of the Department of Justice will be lying to a federal judge. And if you lie to a federal judge, you can get disbarred. You can have your law license yanked. This deal is so overtly, blatantly, and plainly corrupt. It is so blatantly the politicization of our federal criminal justice system that even Pam Bondi and Emile Bove know that if they appear in front of a federal judge and push for this, they're going to be lying to that federal judge and they could get disbarred. And the judge could say, no, I'm not dismissing this. There is so much out there in the public record now that I'm sure the judge is reading and paying attention to. I wouldn't want to be that attorney standing in the well in front of that federal judge and have that federal judge asking me questions about letters that are in the public, reporting that is now public, that lays out a blatantly corrupt political deal involving a multiple count felony indictment against the mayor of New York City, and asking this judge to dismiss that indictment and saying, it's all good, Your Honor. The interests of justice justify this dismissal of these charges because the public record does not support that, which is an understatement. It directly contradicts that. And you would be lying to a federal judge and you would lose your law license. That's why the people appointed by Donald Trump won't sign this motion themselves and won't appear in front of that judge themselves.